What's up everyone, it's Josh here from KeepItTechie, where I help you learn Linux and break into tech one command at a time. And in this video, we're going to explore the chown command. This one is short for change owner, and it's the tool you use when you want to transfer ownership of a file or a folder to another user or a group. Now, before we jump in, make sure you like and subscribe. It really supports the channel and let me keep teaching Linux step by step. So I went ahead on and pulled up the man page. So what does it actually do? Now, every file in Linux has both a user owner, usually the person who created the file, and a group owner, which allows multiple users in the same group to share access. Now, the chown command exists so administrators or the root user can change who owns a file or directory. And you might be wondering why. That's because sometimes files get created by the wrong user, or you want to hand over control to a different account. Now, just to give you a few real world examples or cases, let's say you want to set up a shared directory. You might want files owned by a group so multiple users can collect. Now, one of the things I show on this channel is web servers a lot. If you're running, let's say, Apache or Nginx, the files might need to be owned by the www-data user. Now, also, let's say you're dealing with file transfers. If you upload files as root by mistake, you may want to reassign them to your regular user. That way you have full access to the files. And then also system cleanup. I mean, fixing permission or ownership issues when troubleshooting is important. And so the chown command will help you in those troubleshooting steps. Now, let's go ahead and walk you guys through a couple examples of the command. And also, just so you guys know, that man page, that will give you a lot of information on how to actually use the command. So let's go down and quit that and clean up, and then we can go through and show you guys some examples. Now, let's go down and cd to our documents directory, because in the chmod video, I created a couple files in here that we will look at. So we got myscript1, myscript2, myscript3, and notes. And then also let's run ls-l so we can see the owner of the actual file. And so in order to change the ownership, the file ownership of one of these files, and then since we're already at Josh, I can't really change it to Josh. So I'm gonna just use root for right now. So that means we have to type sudo. So sudo chown, and then let's say we want to change it to our root user. And then let's specify a specific file. So myscript1, let's just start with that one and press enter. And we have to type in our sudo password for that, and boom, there we go. And you'll see that the owner now for myscript1 is root. And as you can see, it kind of kept that same group because we didn't specify the group as well. So let's say we made a mistake. Let's say we wanted to make Josh the owner, but only set the group for the file as root. So we just use sudo and then chown. And the way you specify the group, you have to do the user first. So we're going to change the ownership back to Josh, and then let's change the group to root, and let's specify our file. So myscript1 and press enter, and let's ls-l and press enter, and there we go. So Josh is now the owner again, and now the group is root, and the group only has read and execute, which root can obviously do whatever it wants. So that really doesn't matter, but I just wanted to show you guys an example. Now, let's say we want to do the exact same thing for all the files in this directory. I wanted to walk you guys through the recursive command. So I'm gonna just cd out of it, and then this is clear, and then ls-l, and then let's go documents and press enter, and that'll show us all the files that are in there. And what we're gonna do is set that ownership, the same ownership on myscript1 to our files in here. And so let's go down and do that. Let's go sudo chown and then Josh, and we're going to change the group to root for all of those files, and we could put -R for recursive, and that will get all those files in that directory and make the changes to it. So let's go documents and go down and press enter, and that will change all of our files in there. Let's go down ls again, and you'll see that all of them have root now. So super cool. Let's say we made a mistake on notes. We wanted to keep that group as Josh. Then we could just, obviously specify that one specifically. So let's go sudo. And since root is the group, we have to keeps using sudo. and then chown. Then we want to specify Josh, and then we want to put Josh as well right here. And then in our documents directory, we can specify just that notes file, and boom. As you can see, we changed our permissions back for notes, and all our scripts still have Josh in. Now, let's say we made a mistake. Let's say, oh man, we should have kept that as root. Just to make the command a little shorter, you can just specify the actual group. So instead of putting an owner in front of that, just put the colon and then specify the group that you want to use. So we want to put root there, and then let's specify our file. So under documents and then notes, and press enter, and then we can ls that directory again. And as you can see, it's set just like it was before. All right, so let me drop you guys a couple tips and best practices. Always use sudo because normal users can't change ownership outside of their files. Also, be cautious with the -R, which is recursive. Changes can affect way more files than you intended. And double check with ls-l before and after running. And lastly, remember permissions, chmod, and ownership, chown, work hand in hand. So that's the chown command. It's simple but powerful, and you'll use it often when managing users and services. Try it out on some test files like I did, and let me know if you've run into ownership issues before. Go down and drop your questions down in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Keep It Techie. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and of course, keep it techie. Yo, what's up, y'all? Listen, if you've been sitting there thinking about making a move, let me tell you, tech is where it's at. I don't care where you coming from, whether you've got a degree, a GED, or just pure hustle. There's room for you in this game. You see, tech is more than just keyboards and code. It's solving problems, creating opportunities, and building the future. You already have what it takes because tech doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. You can teach yourself Linux, learn Python, break into cybersecurity, or even launch your own app. And the resources are out here for free. And yes, you heard me, free. Now, yeah, it's gonna take effort. You'll have to grind, but think about this. The time is gonna pass anyway. So why not invest it in a skill that'll change your life? I mean, tech doesn't just pay the bills, it opens doors to freedom, stability, and generational wealth. So stop doubting yourself, start small, stay consistent, and keep building. Because this isn't just a career, it's a movement. And guess what? You belong here. So let's get it, because the future is yours to build. Keep it techie.
Wow.